It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. All eyes are on Cooper Kupp. And with him, any catch could be a big one. He's the NFL leader in touchdown receptions. It's the Eagles and the Saints, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the ladder when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the New Orleans Saints and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they're hot as can be, winners of 8 of their last 9 games.
I don't know if you'd call this start a surprise exactly, but they've proven that they're going to be able to stand toe-to-toe with anybody.
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by Deshaun Watson. Of course, he won a national title at Clemson and already has 3 Pro Bowls under his belt in the National Football League.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They find some open field here. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man coverage was so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him. And
the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Jordan Brooks in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Watson, only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
So here are the Saints now with great starting field position. They'll be led out by the former NFL MVP, already a 2-time Pro Bowler in his 5th season out of Louisville, Lamar Jackson.
And bottom line, when you're the starting QB, what is it?
Get the W.
Get the W.
They did that last week.
Right, he got that done. Wasn't always pretty. There were some great moments. He threw 4 touchdown passes.
But got to eliminate those mistakes.
Got to take care of that, because otherwise that could come back and bite him in another ball game.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
I love those corners who can not only cover, but don't mind getting a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
They'll run for the first time here with Brown. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
This play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on first and 10. Nice run on second and 10 when probably everyone was expecting them to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on third down? You're a little off balance.
It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's first and goal.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Pollard showing off the elusiveness as he's in. Touchdown. So another rushing touchdown for him this year. Boy, he's found the end zone quite a bit so far. Charles, that now an even 20 scores on the season.
And you know how often we use the term, probably I overuse the term, imposing their will? Well, these defenses have become really powerless to stop him. That's what we've seen from him and his team this year. You know he's getting the ball down here in the red zone, but he's just got that strength of will himself, and he's used it to great effect.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive. Something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Watson eluding the pressure right, and he'll just get rid of it. Well, this defense for the Saints, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
And he'll hit the deck, but he did not get there. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 33. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Up comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. And the division title, that's out of reach. We know that. This is as good a spot, Charles, as they're going to get. That first wild card and the number 5 overall seed.
Barton is not out of the question, especially with the 7 seeds that they have now in the playoffs. If you do win and the other wild card teams win in the first round, you could find yourself with a home game in the divisional round. Now, we know that's not likely, but it's not out of the question. Bottom line, you have to win to put yourself in that position.
12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. For a lot of people, the MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
Now they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Jackson. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice game for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. Here's Jackson. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Dawson Knox, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. He's had a great season, plenty of touchdown passes, but that last throw, not one of his finer moments as it was returned for a touchdown on the pick 6. Now he starts again here, 1st and 10. Fresh off the pick 6, it's Watson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Watson. They'll leave that one for Gaskin. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Boy, this defense is circling early. A pick six there, and they are off to the races here in this first quarter.
And, partner, when you get off to a first-quarter lead like this, it really frees you up defensively to take some chances, really apply some heat. And that was just a tremendous play to pick that ball off and bring it back for a score.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it is 28-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Throwing after the interception, Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Griffin. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up second down. To throw again on second down. Watson got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We are in for a good one as we're through one. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. He's going to get this complete to Gaskin. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it's second down. Back to throw, Watson. And he's taken down here by the Saints. There for the sack, B.J. Hill. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? Now back to throw. That's complete to Demetrius Harris, the tight end. And he needed to get to the midfield stripe, but he can't do it. He's about a yard short. The left-footed Kevin Huber set to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. He'll return it from the 6. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And you can see they're in 2nd place in the division, but they have clinched postseason football. That's the important thing. They currently have the best record among the wild card contenders, but they want to make sure they finish this season strong.
And isn't that the case each and every year about one division that ends up being the top-loaded division? And unfortunately this year, it's theirs. But you could spin it and say, hey, they've been tested, and they've beaten a lot of good teams already. They will be prepared for the playoffs.
Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. An inside give, Brown. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Dancing to his left. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Here's Watson. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Watson. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. From the 35 on 2nd down. Watson. Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now it's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. Oh, heck of a move.
Man.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
3rd and long always tilts to the defense. And I just remember as a player how many times it was hammered into my head. Know where the sticks are and get him down in front of it. But sometimes what happens is you worry about where that is much more than the person who has the ball. And on that play, they didn't have enough focus on him. And somehow he turned a short pass into a 1st down.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 59 yards rushing for him now to this point.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he's got it. And he's brought down. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep, and he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jalen Waddle, excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run. And the Saints continue to pull away here in this first half. Butker on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Watson now to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A gain there of 21 yards.
And a nice milestone reached on that last throw is here late in the season. He goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. After the sack on first down, Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Jalen Waddle
with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Saints will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Extra point by Butker is on target,
and it is 42-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. The Eagles going to get one final possession in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Forced out to his left. And he's got his target, Harris. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Now it's Watson.
And this is going to fall to the ground incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a halt. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome into our EA Sports Halftime Report. It's a busy Week 17 of the regular season, so let's get right to it. We get started in 2023 down in Georgia. Arizona paying the New Year's Day visit to Atlanta. And it's the Cardinals who are out in front in that one. The Cards trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, let's head up to Baltimore to check in on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers. A couple of touchdown passes there for Joe Burrow. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Carolina Panthers. Patrick Mahomes looking good. 2 touchdown passes. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the third and fourth quarters. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of the backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
The partner is still in the third quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the fourth quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process.
That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
10 more there and another first down. They go right back to the ground here, and Brown. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to?
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Danny Trevathan.
And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Now they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Operating from the gun, Watson. Caught here by Griffin. Brings it up just shy of the 25. Showed some of that quickness there on the move. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Excellent job on the keeper. 20 yards and a first down. Looking to throw. Watson steps away to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up.
But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Operating from the gun, Watson. His throw incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Flush to his right. Touchdown! Michael Gallup, 37 yards. And the Eagles are able to at least get one score back. He's tough to contain as it is, but in man coverage with a pretty deep pass downfield, really tough to contain.
And it's so difficult because every play you've got to consider he might try and run past you. So your goal as a defensive back is to give him plenty of cushion, meaning lots of space between you and him. If he wants to catch the short stuff, come up and secure the tackle, hit him a bunch during the game, and try and keep him in front. But if you turn your head for a second, if your concentration wanes,
bye-bye,
he just takes off and goes. And I think that's what we just saw there.
Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
And they do finally get him at the 12.
120 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
And a guy that can change the game, shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Jackson. Touchdown, Saints. Marquise Brown. A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Saints have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this, no matter how the game looks on paper going in, this one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Watson. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Holding offense.
So nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
And he'll be stopped at the 46, gain of 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Shark's got it, left side. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Needed 13, they got 14 on 3rd down.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Got a man, it's Brown. And some space here.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. This will be caught once again by Brown.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And they're going to speed things up here. That one complete. He finds Shark.
And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Well, they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way, and plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
3rd and goal, Jackson. Touchdown! Marquise Goodwin, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Saints are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
And out now come the Eagles.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. On 1st down, Watson. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
8 yards. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson caught on the right side by Jones. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 43. Watson. Throw right side complete to Carter.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling has been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 21. To the air yet again, Watson eluding the pressure right. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Watson to the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Now they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out,
Dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Offense back out there, and we shine the spotlight on the Memphis man, Tony Pollard.
He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. And you've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game.
140 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
This is Brown going up the middle. Marcus Davenport there to take him down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Over the middle to Beckham. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Jackson, option right. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
From the 9, 2nd and 5.
To throw is Jackson.
He'll look underneath and finds Brown.
9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. Here's Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Eagles coming out as they get ready.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
On first down, it's Watson. Flushed out right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Watson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review in this. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is. Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. Got an open man, finds Gibson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off season, but on game day, you both want to show your best, and I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Saints, they solidify their spot in the playoffs as they run their mark to 12-4 on the year.